Hi, I'm Rhonda.
I'm Angie, and we're Adventures in No Madness. Oh my God, so we're at Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument, and we were scheduled for 4 nights, and that's going to turn into 7 nights because this place is so awesome. Well, if you know us by now, you know that we love to hike, and one of the reasons we decided to stay longer at Oregon Pipe was because of all the hiking possibilities. So, especially right from the campground. Oh my God, there's tons of trails that we don't even have to drive to, and then tons more trails you can drive to. And
That's
then
the kind of camping I like.
exactly.
No driving involved.
Especially because the first day we were here, we had 2 flat tires. So we spent a whole day doing that. So yeah, lots of hiking and a couple of scenic loops that will fit in while we're here too. Yay! This is very, very diverse and very green park, so it's such a pretty cool to discover something you didn't think was going to be as awesome, and then you get here and you're like, wow, this is really cool. Look at all the cactus.
We're off to do the Victoria Mine Trail, which is 4.2 round trip and mostly flat, but it should be really interesting. Lots of different rocks and geology going on here.
What did you learn yesterday?
Well, here the tectonic plates are pulling apart, or did pull apart. And when they pulled apart, there was a lot of erosion. So the erosion, you end up having these mountains. The other thing that you see here is volcanic rock, and that came from more of like a soupy ooze. So if you see black rocks that look volcanic,
Like molasses.
yeah,
ooze.
that's where those came from. And then you also have tuff, which is another thing that gets produced with volcanic action. So it's really interesting just walking, because you keep walking through the different types of rock based on the form, what got formed here.
So we're walking around Victoria Mine, and of course they have the mine closed now for safety reasons, but it also protects bat habitat. And this is pretty cool to walk around. It's one of the oldest sites in the monument.
I think baby cactus are cute.
What does a baby cactus look like?
Well, let me show you.
Wait, that one? Yes, honey, those are so cute.
Are you patronizing me now?
Never.
Going for a 21-mile loop scenic drive called Aho. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. say we're going for a drive, a 21-mile drive through scenic Ajo Mountains.
Hey, so we're trying another hike today. It's called the Alamo Canyon Trail. It's pretty short. It's only about 2.2 miles. But a local that I talked with said this was one of her most favorite spots in the whole state of Arizona. She said it was so gorgeous. And so far we're barely into the hike and it is really, really awesome. We're still in Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument, and it's a little bit, probably 9 miles north of the campground. And there's no sign marking on the road, so if you put it into your GPS, it'll get you to the turnoff. And there's also a 4-site, sort of a primitive campground. No RVs, but our RV would have fit in a couple of those spots.
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved to camp out here. But anyway, no RVs. Tent camping, car camping, van camping, truck camper camping. But this is gorgeous. Oh,
Yes, it is gorgeous.
you're gorgeous with your hat. She's still cute with that on.
This is an old corral, and there's actually a cattle loading chute right here. It's a little ramp. It's all falling apart, but haven't really improved on this process. It's still the same process today.
These buildings and fences are remnants from an old mining claim from Bill and Bertie Miller, and then he left her and she leased the land out to ranch. And so it doesn't really say how old some of these old structures are, but of course they're all falling down and everything. But this is kind of the end of the hike, and it's really beautiful out here.
Why would you want to come to Oregon Pipe National Monument down here in Arizona?
Well, because Oregon Pipe cactus is really only found in Mexico, except for this is the major spot where you're going to find a great concentration of them in the United States, and that's why this monument was set aside, is to protect the Oregon Pipe cactus. We had a great time here. We were going to stay for 4 nights and stayed for 7 instead. This is probably one of my favorite dry campgrounds ever, except for maybe New Halem up in North Cascades National Park. But the sites are really level and they're paved. There's bathrooms all around, and it's just a really, really nice park. The bathrooms have solar showers. I did take one. It was middle of the afternoon when the heat had been on. It was still pretty cold, but very invigorating. But then we used our own shower because then we can get hot water. It's lots of ranger programs. It's $20 a night unless you have a senior pass, and in a few months when Rhonda turns 62, we too can get the half price $10 a night camping here. So anything else we want to add about this park? Great ranger programs. There was a night sky program last night, and they had the big huge multi-$1,000 scopes out to see the stars, so it's a really great dark sky spot.
That happens on no moon basically. So any time that happens during the month, they have that program.
And there is a water fill station and a dump station here. So lots of good amenities for not a very high price here. And it's just a really beautiful park. I've been blown away. The desert, we're from the Pacific Northwest, so the desert always seems kind of, I don't know, barren, and it's not at all. It's super green and lush here, much different than some of the other desert areas we've been to, like in Quartzsite. So very green and very lush and gorgeous. I could spend a lot more time here.
So if you're looking for a place to stay and you want to do some hiking, we'll show you some of the hikes that we did. There's also, you can go across the border. There's also a duty-free place if you want to get your cheap Kahlua or cigarettes. Not that we smoke, but those are the two things that were highlighted for us at that border.
Yeah.
We went down, there's really nothing on this side of the border down there other than construction, and we won't go there.
Yeah. Anyway, Rocky Point, Puerto Penasco in Mexico is only about an hour away. We're not going to go on this trip because the Mexican auto insurance is pretty expensive, but we hope to go down there next year. Woohoo! Bummer, dude. Came out this morning, the two very flat tires on the left-hand side, and we are in Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument, so kind of about 40 miles away maybe from Ajo. So I'm going to pump them up with our handy dandy Viair tire blower upper thing. It's kind of a bummer definitely to come out this morning. We were going to go for a hike, but now we gotta take care of these two tires. Really glad we have the Viair for situations like this, and people in the campground are super nice. I was actually outside doing stuff and a guy pointed them out. I'm like, oh, holy beep beep beep. And he's going into Ajo later on if we need to, and another guy said he's got some bottle jacks if we need them. So people are extremely helpful when they see that you might need some help. Anyway, we'll see what happens. It appears to be a really slow leak with our tire, so that's a good thing. And of course we have a tire pressure monitoring right on our dash here, so we're going to drive to Ajo and just monitor that, and if we have to pull over, add more air to it, we can do that, and we'll see what happens from there. So we're going to go to the tire shop. Lucy likes to lick the lotion off my arms. We're going to go to a tire shop and have them look at the tires. Right on.